Good afternoon to you. This seems to be an early afternoon of a lot of fun. Honorable Chief Justice, President of the East African Law Society, leaders of East Africa's bar associations, Right Honorable Speaker of the East African Legislative Assembly, Justice of the East African Court of Justice, President of the International Bar Association, Honorable Ministers, senior officials, land brothers and sisters, I thank you for the invitation to address you today. When you are in Rwanda, you have the freedom to choose which language to use in addressing people. But that also presents a problem. In Rwanda, there are so many languages spoken. Officially, we are supposed to have, I think, 4 languages. English, French, Kinyarwanda, and the Kiswahili. But I think more or less by default, we end up with dozens of them combined in those 4 languages. Because even the one who has chosen to speak in French, you start wondering whether that was French or I think there was a word used here of hybrid. It becomes a hybrid of French and English. And in fact, some people start asking, said, is this person originally Francophone or Anglophone? And the answer to that is that that person is originally actually Rwandese, not none of the, neither of the two. And then comes a person who has elected to speak in Kiswahili. Then that becomes a very serious cocktail. Because every language of East Africa, in the East African community, is spoken in that Kiswahili. And depending on who you are talking to, the Kiswahili keeps changing. The last person you talked to in Kiswahili, his or her Kiswahili will be different from the Kiswahili of the next person you're going to talk to. And then every language of East Africa is expressed in that. Even the best place for Kiswahili, you still find some words that come from the Gulf region. So but I just wanted to start by that because I wanted to tell you that here in Rwanda, we welcome everybody, and languages and things like that. You find a home in our home, so you are most welcome. I also wish to welcome you back to Rwanda for the 24th annual conference, 5 years after you last convened here. The East African community is the institutional embodiment of our region's political will to integrate our economies and cooperate closely. Among our achievements are the customs union, the common market, and the ability of our citizens, more often than not, to travel freely. Every aspect of the integration agenda is ultimately expressed as law. Without relevant legal frameworks, noble ideas can never be turned into reality. Of course, those agreements do not guarantee implementation, but they are a first and essential step. It is therefore highly significant that the East African Law Society is not only the largest professional association in East Africa, but one of the most vibrant. I wanted to congratulate you. I applaud this organization's commitment to the regional integration agenda over the past 24 years. There have been difficult moments, but you have held together strongly. And there certainly will be more challenges on the road ahead. We are counting on you to continue in the same spirit. The 19,000 members of the East Africa Law Society have made an affirmative choice to join and contribute to the East African story. This particularly applies to all of you here today who found the time in your busy schedules to participate in this conference. Gatherings such as this one are what build the professional and personal relationships that help us all identify more strongly as East Africans alongside our respective national identities. I want to emphasize that your voices are very much needed to keep the integration agenda on track. Indeed, the survival of our East African community depends on professionals like you. You are uniquely positioned to advocate for the benefits of fully implementing the integration agenda. You're also called upon to hold governments accountable for respecting the common rights enjoyed by East African citizens throughout our community. Lawyers should constantly be in the trenches defending these rights and freedoms without apology. To deepen the economic integration agenda, which includes trade in services, qualified lawyers should be able to practice anywhere in the East African community without unnecessary removing unnecessary barriers. Let us work together to sign and implement the mutual recognition agreement without further delay. This should be a win for all of us in the region and also serve as an example for other regulated professionals or professions. I wish you a successful and productive conference. I also hope that you will find time. Well, I was told you may be here until Christmas. I just wanted to say to you that much as somebody thought it was a joke, but you are actually welcome to stay until that time. So by that you'll be experiencing what Rwanda has to offer. As many Rwandans feel at home when they have traveled to our other East African countries, member countries of the East African community. I've been told many times that Rwandans really enjoy being in any of the East African community countries. After all, as East Africans, Rwanda will always feel as part of the family of the whole region. So let me end by thanking you for paying your kind attention. Thank you.